Whenever you're at White Hart Lane, you'll hear fans singing "He's one of our own." But what would a starting 11 look like if Maurizio Pochettino could only pick players that came through the Spurs Academy? Here is Tottenham's homegrown 11. In goal, it's David Button. The stopper joined Spurs in 2003 from Stevenage, but would never make a league appearance for the club. Button had 13 loan spells away from White Hart Lane and would leave permanently in 2012 to join Charlton. One season later he would join Brentford, where he proved himself to be a strong championship goalkeeper and is now looking to reach the playoffs with Fulham. At right back, it's Stephen Kelly. While there are certainly younger players who are already at the club who could slot in at right back, such as Kyle Walker-Peters, it's always nice to have a blast from the past. Kelly began his career in England with the Spurs Academy and would make 37 league appearances for the club before joining Birmingham in 2006. Now aged 33, Kelly is unfortunately bottom of the championship with Rotherham, but at least he's still playing, I suppose. Our first centre-back is Steven CAULKER. Initially looking like a future Spurs leader for years to come, CAULKER would never live up to the billing in white. In 2012, he represented Great Britain at the Olympics and picked up his only England cap, but since then his career has flattered to deceive. Still with QPR, CAULKER somehow managed to blag a loan spell at Liverpool last season, but is now back at Loftus Road. He's alongside a current Tottenham youngster, CARTER-VICKERS. The young American defender is yet to make his debut in the Premier League, but Pochettino has given the young lad a chance in both the League Cup and the FA Cup. With players such as Jan Vertonghen, Toby Alderweireld and Eric Dyer ahead of him, CARTER-VICKERS may have to seek a loan move to further his development. At left back we have Danny Rose. Technically a Leeds Academy graduate, Rose would join Spurs in 2007 at the age of 17, initially linking up with the Tottenham reserves and youth sides. A loan spell at Sunderland would further his development and help him become the player he is today, and Rose is now a key figure under Pochettino and is arguably England's #1 left back and the best in the Premier League. On the right wing, it's ANDROS Townsend. Joining Tottenham at the age of 8, Townsend was a breath of fresh air when he first showed off his talents to the Premier League. Eventually falling out with the manager, the winger would join Newcastle, where he was unfortunately relegated, despite a string of fantastic performances in black and white. In an attempt to help his England career, Townsend would leave St James's Park just 6 months after arriving, signing for Crystal Palace, where he has struggled to replicate his best form. If you ever need a man to skip inside and take a shot though, Andros is your man. One thing Tottenham's academy has been blessed with over recent years has been central midfielders, with Harry Winks the latest to break into the first team. We have also seen the likes of Ryan Mason and Tom Carroll, who have both left the club in search of first team football. For this team though, we're going with Jake Livermore. Now with West Brom, Livermore is back in the England squad after making his debut back in 2012 when he was still with Spurs. A solid player whose good work often goes unnoticed, he learnt it all at Tottenham. He's alongside NABIL BENTALEB. Another recent youngster, the Algerian international joined Tottenham in 2012 and broke into the first team in 2013 when Tim Sherwood took over from Andre Villas-Boas, with Sherwood showing he wasn't scared to play the kids because he was such a crazy guy and very much a footballing pioneer, and don't forget it. BENTALEB is now on loan at Schalke and it has been reported that he'll be staying there. On the left flank it's Alex Pritchard. The tricky little midfielder swapped West Ham's academy for Tottenham's in 2009, but would only make 2 Premier League appearances, or 4 if you count the 2 he picked up while on loan at West Brom. Pritchard really made his name on loan at Brentford in 2015 and nearly helped them win promotion. Now with Norwich, the 23-year-old hasn't quite had the same success in the second tier of English football. Our front 2 kicks off with Peter Crouch. Although he's closer to the end of his career, the lanky striker was part of Tottenham's youth side back in 1995. Unfortunately, we never got to see Crouchy pull out the robot in a Tottenham shirt, with the forward leaving in 2000 for QPR. At 36, Crouch is still plying his trade in the Premier League with Stoke. Crouch's strike partner isn't half bad though, and of course it's Harry Kane. Every week at White Hart Lane, the Tottenham faithful scream at the top of their lungs, "Harry Kane, he's one of our own." And that's very true, joining Tottenham in 2004. Obviously we're going to ignore the fact he had a spell with Arsenal though, so moving on, Kane is the man right now, and he has been for the past few seasons. The striker has been red hot in front of goal since 2014, and Alan Shearer is very worried about his Premier League goal scoring record. So that's our Tottenham homegrown 11. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.